Our final speaker for Mincha Moments today is Josh Jacobs, who is married to his incredible wife, Jody, and they have two beautiful girls, Marnie, 18 years old, and Allie, age 16. Josh is a real estate professional, attorney, board member of two nonprofit organizations, Friendship Circle and JARC. He enjoys living in the moment and creating memories with his family and his friends, and he will share with us now the story of his life being a father and a husband.
I just want to say what a service, and I have real respect for our three prior speakers. It takes a lot of courage for them to get up here and share their stories, and it was truly an honor to listen to them. So congratulations, and thank you for sharing. Good afternoon. Today I am here to share with you a deeply personal and heartfelt reflection on what it means to have a daughter with special needs. This is a topic that is profoundly, I knew I would have to rein it in a little bit. It's easy when you practice at home. This is a topic that has profoundly impacted my life and the lives of countless others who navigate the unique challenges and joys that come with raising a child. A child with special needs. As some of you I know can relate in this room. First and foremost, I cannot begin to tell you our story without going back to the very beginning of what it felt like to become a father. This began a little over 18 years ago when I was a young 29 years of age. Everything went smoothly, and we were ecstatic to welcome our first child, Marnie, on July 25th, 2005. Over the next 2 years, I remember thinking how easy parenthood is. I absolutely loved being a dad, and at that time, I was so naive. I had no idea how fragile life really is and what the miracle of life really meant. We had a beautiful daughter, and we were ready to welcome our second child. On May 22nd, 2007, we welcomed Allie. I can still visualize both births, and while uniquely the same with no complications, I remember feeling that something was off the day Allie was born. She was happy and smiling, although she was eerily quiet that day. The first 4 months after Allie was born flew by. We had so much fun enjoying our lives and felt our family was complete. We had no idea what was in store in the coming days, months, or years. I'll never forget the day that Allie had her first seizure. She was only 4 months old, and time stood still. She was making an awkward jackknife-type movement that stiffened up her body. She did this multiple times in mere minutes. We called doctors and rushed her to the emergency room, only to be turned away. We called the doctor friend in Montreal, who told us to videotape the incident and send it to her. She told us we had to take immediate action. The next day, we were off to Ann Arbor, where they taped wires to Allie's body and told us our baby had a horrible seizure disorder called infantile spasm syndrome, also known as West syndrome. Thanks. She's the strong one in the family. The doctor told us our baby may never walk, talk, or function as a normal person, that we should prepare ourselves for a life of difficulty. This was devastating news. I don't remember the drive home from Ann Arbor that afternoon, just feeling helpless. This was the first time I felt like that stewardess welcomed us to Holland. My reaction was denial, and I was wondering where the connecting flight back to Italy was. I let my own insecurities get in the way, and I didn't want to use the word spasm when describing Allie's issues. I didn't want anyone putting labels on her. Little did I know at the time, labels can be the keys to unlocking resources and services that Allie so desperately needed. From this point forward, our lives became consumed with doctor appointments, medicine trials, therapy appointments, phone calls, and fighting with insurance companies, all while trying to give Marnie the attention she so deserved. We had to make agonizing decisions about our baby, which included whether we put her on a drug that would stop the seizures, but at the expense of her growth. One example of this was deciding to put Allie in a very strong drug that was only sold in Canada as it was not FDA approved. I would make monthly trips across the border, paying cash from savings I didn't have to purchase this life-saving medicine. This was our flight back to Italy, or so I thought. This did stop the seizures and preserved her brain from further damage. Unfortunately, it also took the life out of her, and she just existed for the next year or so, not doing much of anything. The next 14 years have been a whirlwind as parents, and we often find ourselves on a path less traveled, navigating through a maze of medical appointments, therapy sessions, and educational assessments. It can be exhausting and overwhelming at times. However, it's also a journey that allows us to form deep connections with a community of parents who understand the unique experiences and emotions that come with raising a child with special needs. These bonds are a source of strength and support, and they remind us that we are not alone in this journey. From that point, it's important to acknowledge that having a daughter with special needs is not a burden but a blessing, albeit one that comes with its own set of trials and tribulations. Every child, regardless of their abilities or disabilities, brings a unique and beautiful presence into our lives. They have the power to teach us invaluable lessons about love, patience, and resilience. Over the years, people tend to tell us that they don't know how we do it. And while I don't have the exact answer, and I often ask myself the same question, I have a two-part response. The first part is, we do it because we don't have a choice. Most parents would do anything for their child, regardless of whether they have a disability, and this is the same for us. We strive to give Allie the best life within her own ability. We make mistakes. Sometimes we overreach and we overreact, but we always have her best interest in mind. It can be heartbreaking and lonely at times, but that doesn't change our commitment to her. The second part of the answer is that we're very fortunate to have a large village. Jody and I feel so grateful to be in this together with Marnie, along with the girls' grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, caregivers, and teachers. They are there to help pick us up when we are down. Allie has taught us to appreciate the small victories and celebrate every milestone, no matter how seemingly insignificant they may be to others, whether it's a first word spoken, a step taken, a simple smile, or completing a lap in a pool. These moments are precious and fill our hearts with joy. Furthermore, having a daughter with special needs has opened our eyes to the importance of inclusion and acceptance in our society. We have learned that every individual, regardless of their abilities, has inherent worth and deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. It's a lesson that we strive to impart on both our daughters, as well as to others who may not fully understand the beauty of inclusion. We appreciate organizations like Friendship Circle and JARC and our community here at Temple Israel who understand this and do the hard work to make sure families like ours will not be alone today or in the future. As a society, let us continue to work towards a world that embraces and celebrates the uniqueness of every individual, regardless of their abilities or disabilities. Let's foster a culture of inclusion and acceptance so that all children, like our Allie, can thrive and shine brightly in their own unique way. Allie's presence has enriched our lives in ways we could never have imagined. It has taught us the true meaning of love, resilience, and acceptance. And while the journey may be challenging, it's also filled with moments of immense joy and pride. Our daughter is a precious gift, and we're grateful for the opportunity to be her parents. And while we'll always mourn the fact that we didn't get to go to Italy, and that will never go away, we will continue to smell the tulips
that are in front of us in Holland.
Thank you.